Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. More fun, more Bookshop Simulator. And this is going to be a much shorter video, I think, than would normally be here. That's mostly because it is 12:48 in the morning. I do have work in a little over 8 hours. So we are going to load in to our most recent save. And we are going to end the day, first and foremost, I suppose. Start the next day. We have $14,000 to work with. What were we doing? Oh, that is right. We had set up our children's department. We were starting to get this going. That's right. We have our peoples here. We're going to pet the kitty. We're going to run upstairs and make sure that the cat has food and water, clean litter. Never actually seen the litter get used, but whatever. It's all good. That's right. Used books are generating more income. We could use more used books. Don't need you. Don't need you. Don't need you at the moment. That's right. We can't go very far, right? Well, we can't go entirely around this lake. That's about it, though. We're confined to this lake. But we do have the lake. We can't put any fixtures outside, right? No. They are confined to the inside. There again. So what were we working on? We had bought all of that, and we had not yet really started with all of this upstairs. I think eventually we're going to move the storage shelves upstairs. And we're going to use just the first floor for all of the books. In fact, yeah, open that. Okay. I think I have paint. Click. Click. There we go. I forget, do I actually need these? No, they're already there. Okay. We're gonna grab this, bring it upstairs, flip it to go this way. Flip it to go right there. Grab this person, put it right there. Yeah, you can go back upstairs. I'm gonna grab this. That will fit there. Perfect. We'll grab this. That will fit right there. Okay, cool. That opens up all of this space. I still have this completely useless door here, which is a little annoying. Good kitty. We'll refill that while you're drinking from it. Okay. So we've got some space here. Cool, cool. So we can start getting some more. Ooh. Ooh, we unlocked the fantasy bookshelf. That's cool. I'm kind of curious now. Want to buy one? Grab it. Want to open it. I want to put it right there. What fantasy titles do we have? I feel like that's actually reference. You. Get rid of that. Put them over here. These actually sell more over here? Probably not, but I still want to try. Do I have any fantasy books over here? What actually counts as fantasy? Okay, we're gonna grab that. Oh, right. All of these technically count as fantasy. Cool, cool. Grab that. Buy both of these. I'm gonna put these down at the bottom. Okay. This book did not already exist, right? Alright, the price is carried over. Fairly certain that book did not already exist. No, it could not have. Okay. We need more used books. Used books. Okay, buy those. Cool. It's crazy to me how different the buttons are in all of these. Does the game just open the boxes for you? Does the game create a box out of thin air when you go to pick stuff up? Do you have to buy empty boxes from the shop to be able to buy stuff, to be able to pick up a bunch of stuff? Yeah, it's just a little bit of a learning curve every time you jump back into one of these simulator games, because for as much as they're very similar, they play very differently. And it drives me, I think the thing that drives me the most nuts is when the like open and throw keys are different from game to game. What is that one? Customers occasionally buy max amount of book. Okay, put that there. That's fine. Kitty, where are you going? Can't run away. You are trapped here forever with me. Now, I will say on the day that this is hopefully going live, the latest book of the Dresden Files is officially out. I was able to pick up my copy last week because, surprisingly enough, it was not strict on sale. Anyone unfamiliar with the retail world, there are items whether it's books, music, DVDs, whatever, that have a very specific on sale date. And if you put them out early, that can be very bad in multiple ways for your company, your store. That can include fines per item, like per unit. If you have it on the sales floor early, if you sell it early, like if you sell 5 copies of something before you're supposed to, that is that fine times 5. And that's the better option for you, honestly. It's still not a good option because those fines can be absolutely brutal. You know, that can be $1,000 per item, or $1,000 per unit, rather. That can be, you know, even higher. So if you've sold 5 of something you weren't supposed to, that could be a $5,000 fine. Or the harsher option is whatever company produced that thing, for shits and grins, like, you know, we'll say it's Lego. Lego has very strict sell-by dates that you have to adhere to. Now, every now and again, the register will pop up with a note that's like, hey, you're not allowed to buy this thing. And it will block the sale. But that has to come from the home office. And the home office for any store will not take the time to put in every single item. They'll put in the really big ticket items, like the Lego Titanic, the Lego Millennium Falcon, whatever it would be. They'll take the really big ticket items and like put those in, but they're not going to, you know, Lego on the first of any given month might have 30 things coming out. They're not going to put in every Duplo, every $20 Lego set. You know, they're going to focus on the big items. But if you sell the cheaper items because the register's not blocking you, you know, Lego can fine you per unit. And if you are, let's say, a national chain with 1,000 stores and each store sold 5 items, you're looking at a huge fucking fine. Or Lego can turn around and go, you know what? That's it. We're done. We're not working with you anymore. You have to remove all of our product from your shelves. You are not allowed to sell it anymore. We no longer work with you. And that's the worst option. And you get that with books, you get that with movies, with music. And if you are in, you know, other retail, like if you work at, you know, someplace that does like home furnishing, anything like that, anything that has something seasonal or something with a sort of predictable release schedule, like books come out on Tuesdays, unless you're James Patterson. Don't get me started. Patterson's books come out on Mondays. Drove us fucking nuts, mostly because we'd always forget about them. But so like Monday morning, people would come in, hey, where's the latest Patterson? Like, oh yeah, let me go in the back. It's still boxed up, waiting for the Tuesday release because Tuesday is new release date for books. Music, I think, was Thursdays. And we were not a big music or movie store. We sold movies and music, at least to start, and then we finally got movies out of our store because we did not have the clientele for movies. And really, we were only selling like the top 10 movies, at least as far as the company was concerned. They were the top 10. Nobody came to us for movies, though. Nobody cared. So we were finally able to get rid of. Oh god, I need all of those. Let's grab our boopy gun. We were finally able to get the movies out of our store, which was nice. But we were always a very big vinyl store. So, new release day for music was always really big for us. New release Tuesdays were big for us every week. Mondays were supposed to be big for us every so often because of Patterson, but again, we'd always forget. We were forever cursing the name Patterson. Just because he was the only one. And it threw our routine off so much because you're closing Sunday night, you're not thinking about, new release Tuesday. That's Monday night's problem. So like, unless it was something, something major, like when he wrote, or I guess just helped finish, oh god, it was the most recent Michael Crichton book that was released after his death. Was that Eruption? Oh, it's gonna drive me nuts now. Hang on. We're gonna look this up real quick. Yeah, Eruption. Which was allegedly supposed to rival like Jurassic Park and spawn a whole new cinematic universe and all this fun stuff. And I mean, it's Michael Crichton, so I was super psyched for it. And people say that Patterson is a brilliant author. I don't know. I can't say I've read any of his work that's, just him and not him and someone else. But if he is a genius, as people claim, even he couldn't get over Michael Crichton ending syndrome. Michael Crichton was a phenomenal author. I really do enjoy his books. I've enjoyed everything I've read from Michael Crichton. But my God, the man could not end a book to save his life. It's probably poor phrasing since he's dead. But Michael Crichton was shit at writing endings. And Eruption was no different. Eruption was like edge of your seat. Holy crap, this is fucking awesome. Until like the last page and a half. Reading Michael Crichton reminds me a lot of like, there's a movie called Knowing with Nicolas Cage. If you have not seen it, I highly recommend it. But just like turn it off 5 minutes before the movie ends. If you do that, the movie is phenomenal. It is a great movie with a great premise. It's dark, it's eerie, it's creepy, it's so good. And then aliens. Aliens is the answer. And it sucks. It goes from being like this absolutely fucking amazing movie to just, oh, yeah, I didn't need to watch that actually. It's just such a fucking disappointment at the end. And Michael Crichton's books are all the same way. Jurassic Park, Lost World Jurassic Park. Lost World is such a better book than it was a movie. Don't get me wrong, I love the movie. The movie's a lot of fun. But the book is so much better. They made Sarah Harding such an awesome fucking character. Straight up murders Dodson. Like, if we had gotten that movie, we could have skipped Dodson and his stupid fucking locusts. But it's tension. Getting, tension building, getting higher. They're at the workers' village. The velociraptors are about to break in. They realize that, the computer and shit still has power. It's connected to the network. There has to be somewhere where they're running cabling and whatnot. And so they're able to, find their way under the building. And they're in these, like tiny, narrow access tunnels, which are just run with cable and what have you. And they manage to escape from the velociraptors. And it's like, oh my God, what's going on? And they're like, we saw a boat shed. There might be a boat in there. And they break it open. And, oh no, there's a boat. We can leave. And then they leave. Like, wait, what? Like, no, what? And Eruption is new enough that I don't want to ruin it, but it was a great read literally up until like the last page and a half. And I don't know where they were thinking that they were going to get multiple movies out of this. I mean, it's a Crichton book. They're just going to ignore most of what he said and then do whatever the fuck they want anyway. But it's such a great fun book. It's edge of your seat. And I was waiting for this cliffhanger because they made such a big deal about how people were already bidding for the movie rights. And then it ended in typical Crichton fashion. Like, you know what? It's been a year and a half. If you haven't read it, that's on you. There's a volcano. The top volcanologist in the planet is there. He's on Hawaii. And there's this military base. And the military has this secret shit that it's been a while since I read it, so I might be missing some of the particulars for this. Read it for yourself. Military has some secret shit that like insta-kills organic matter, or at least plant life. And it was the secret weapon, this bioweapon that they were going to be able to use to like wipe out all vegetation and basically starve their opponents out. And it gets loose on Hawaii, and like it happens in the middle of a field trip, and the military comes in. It's all very hush hush. They clean it up, and then you flash forward like however many years, and there's a volcano. It's about to go, it's starting to erupt, and everyone's like, well, whatever, like we'll just divert the flow of lava down into this valley away from the town. Easy peasy. And the military gets involved. They're like, well, no, because we have this really bad shit stored there. And if that gets out, it would be like a world-ending event if this shit gets mixed with, you know, whatever blown into the atmosphere. It will then make its way around the world, and it's like self-replicating. It'll fuck everything up. So we have to sacrifice the town. Okay, well, so they're going like back and forth. They're trying to find different ways to do it. And it's very high stakes, very high tension. And gets to the end, like they're gonna, you know, they're trying to figure out, they're still trying to figure out what way they're gonna do it. They've got a jet like loaded with missiles, and they fire, it doesn't do quite enough, or it jams, I can't quite recall. So they're going to crash the jet. I don't remember why they're going to crash the jet, like whether the missile didn't fire or the missile did fire, but it wasn't quite enough, and they needed a little more oomph. But they're going to crash the jet. And it's like edge of your seat. Holy crap, what's about to happen? There was another volcano right next to the first one. And it also erupted, or started to erupt, and that like collided, and it spared both the town and the military base, and everything's fine. Book's done. Excuse me? The fucking what with a what? Did a what now? Are you fucking with me? Like, it was such a fun story. And then the ending made me so fucking angry. And again, you can't escape the Michael Crichton ending syndrome. It just doesn't work. Michael Crichton was absolutely fucking brilliant, but he could not write an ending worth shit. And it bothers me so much because I want to recommend all of his books as highly as possible. And I just can't do it knowing the endings. So if you get a chance, definitely read it. Reading Michael Crichton reminds me so much of watching Rurouni Kenshin back in the day. Kenshin was such a fun anime. It was, I want to say, very heavily grounded in fantastical history. Where, hey, here's this thing that was in fact made. It never worked. But the core concept was sound. Or, you know, at least theoretically sounded good. It looked great on paper, right? So what if we make a character that's actually able to use this thing and it works properly? And it's like, okay, all right, that's cool. then you get to like the second season and it's like, okay, what if we're able to deliver a succession of blows in such a way that all of the resistance of the blow is on the first part, so the second part is met with absolutely zero resistance and you're able to obliterate an object. Okay, I see where you're coming from. That's not how physics works. I don't think. I am not a physicist. But I see where you're coming from. Let's run with it. That sounds fun. And then it gets to season 3, and if you pour holy water on your sword, you can cut ley lines. And if you get light shown in your eyes that's reflected off of this sword, you go blind. But if you beat him while you're blind, you get your sight back. I'm afraid you've lost me. Yeah, it's so much fun until the end, and then you're just like, what the fuck happened? If I had stopped 2/3 of the way through, this would have been awesome. This could have lived on in my memory as a wonderful, fantastical thing that I did. And now it's ruined because I saw this fucking thing through to the end. And it's the same, like no matter what Crichton book you've read, every Crichton book I've ever seen has the same issue with the endings. Ooh, I can buy another one. Fun. This doesn't... I don't remember if that's actually part of it. That's okay. So we open this one. Yes. Okay, that just took a lot of our money away. Oh god, we probably had bills to pay. Whoops. There we go. Cool. Cool. All right. Like if you ever read Congo is... Oh, this is floor. That's why I can't put it on wall. Congo is a really fun book. It's a really fun movie. I mean, it's Tim Curry. How you just can't go wrong if Tim Curry's in it. You can just watch it just for him. Because Tim Curry's just a fucking gem in everything. But the book is another one where it's like, holy crap, this is fucking amazing. This is intense. Oh my god. There earthquakes and lava and everyone's about to die. The stakes are so hot. Oh, they just happened to find a hot air balloon. Everyone's safe. The end. Like this was such an awesome book. What have you done? Michael, why? Why do you do these things to us? Yeah, I can just go talking about Crichton books ad nauseum, and yeah, it's always the same. And don't get me wrong, like I've read Congo multiple times. I've read Jurassic Park multiple times. Lost World multiple times. Eruption I only read once so far. I'm certain I'll read it again. I absolutely love Crichton's writing style, but I cannot complain enough about the man's endings. They are just universally bad. Alright, everything's looking good. Sadly, these, other than looking the way they do, don't really seem to do much else. Sci-fi bookshelf, romance bookshelf, horror bookshelf. Don't have those just yet. And it's a shame I can't put decorations outside like the jack-o'-lantern and the Christmas tree. But yeah, if you get a chance, definitely read pretty much anything by Crichton. Eruption was the big thing we were talking about today, but Eruption, Congo, Jurassic Park. Oh God, what the hell? Was it Andromeda Strain? He's done so many. Sphere, Timeline, Prey, Eaters of the Dead. There were so many. What was the big one I was thinking of, though? Wow, Jurassic Park and Congo. Is that a single volume of 2 separate books published together in 1993? That's a cool ass fucking cover. It's not what I'm looking for. He did a handful of books in the Andromeda series. Yeah, Andromeda Strain from 1969. Yeah, Crichton has so many good books. He was so prolific. Just never quite got the endings right. So, if you get a chance, if you are a fan of books, which I assume you are, given that you're here, cannot recommend his work highly enough. Just be prepared at the end. That's all I can say. With that, it's going to close out another day for us. We're at day 56 here in the bookstore world. We'll pet the kitty. And that is going to do it for me. I'm going to try and rapidly edit this and get it and Mall Monday's episode uploaded so at least something can hopefully come out on time this week. Last week I had everything ready to go. I pushed schedule, set everything to be proper, and then did not push save. So if you were wondering why New Release Tuesday came out on a Wednesday last week, that would be why. Just me not paying attention when I save changes on YouTube. Or didn't, as the case may be. But for now, that's going to do it for me. I hope you all had fun. I know I did. I will see you all next week.